Hey, this is Rick with your 1721. Look what we got here. FX Crown Mark II in 30 cal. Unbelievable. We had a little event. Ryan and I got to go to Georgia and be with Iraq veteran 8888, and we got to shoot some 30 cal hybrids. If you want to check out that video, that's on the Iraq Vet 8888. It's on their YouTube page if you want to go there and check that out. But you can see that we shot 100, 200, and 300 yards with the hybrids with the 600 millimeter barrel. And in that video, you know, we were using the Nexus, but today we're going to be using the Titan, Element Optics Titan on here, 5 to 25, 56 millimeter, 34 millimeter tube. I really like this scope for this gun. And this being a 630, amazing. We got it tuned to about 880 feet per second, somewhere around there. I want to talk about a couple features of the gun. So the Mark II, they decided that, you know what, we're going to increase the power plenum. We're going to give it more power. We're going to increase it by 28%. So they increased that. And then the valve got changed. I think it's 6.5 millimeter valve now. It is definitely changed, and you notice that you got power. And we're looking at about 35 to 40 shots at 880 feet per second. Another feature that's awesome about this is the pick rail. So now it has a 20 MOA built into the rail for when you like to shoot long distance. And since you can shoot slugs now, okay, now that we're shooting slugs and we're into that, that 20 MOA comes in pretty awesome because you're going to be able to shoot further distances. And you see in that video we shot 300 yards. Today in our video we'll be shooting a 50-yard group, a 100-yard group, and then we'll be doing trigger pull tests. We'll do that, but you know, we'll just go through just an overview of this gun because we did a little bit with it with Iraq Vet. And a couple of features of this gun that I do like. It has a 480cc tank, which is cool, but you can do a 580 on here too if you want a little bit more air. But take a look at the other side here. We'll come around to this side, and you're going to be able to see that you have high, medium, and low, so you can adjust your power there for what you want. And we'll show that in the video too. We're going to run through that. The gun weighs about, I'd say about 6.5 pounds with the walnut stock. Now remember, as you change stocks, you know, the weight's going to change, and they have a new stock coming out. I think it's the GRS stock. I think that's what it is, and that is an absolutely gorgeous stock, so I can't wait to see one of those. Hint, John. And I just think overall this gun is absolutely gorgeous, and as good as it looks, it shoots just the same. It's amazing. But that's enough talking. Let's get over to the bench and do some shooting. Well, here we are sitting at the bench with the FX Crown Mark II. Yeah, in 30 cal. Oh my. All right, well, we're going to shoot our 50-yard group and give it 5 shots and see how she does. Light winds today, 5 to 6 miles an hour. But at 50 with the 30, we should be okay. All right. Well, everybody always says, hey, why don't you shoot 50 yards and stuff? Because, you know, I always jump to 100. I jump to 150, 200. I do that kind of stuff. Well, there's your 50-yard group, and as you can see, I shot pretty fast. And I didn't even take my time with that. And you can see, I would say that's less than a 1/4 inch from center to center. It's about 1/4 inch group at 50. Well, here we are at 100 yards now, and man, it's just beautiful. Sometimes you just got to stop and smell the roses. It's a fall day. It's probably 50-some degrees, sun shining, blue skies, and sometimes just take time, enjoy these things. It's like being in your tree stand, you know what I mean? Sitting here shooting air guns and just love it. Well, that's enough talking. Oh man, sometimes you just gotta stop and look around. All right, 100 yards. Here we go. All right. I would say that's pretty nice. Looks to be, Ryan, probably 3/4, you know. Yeah, they're all in there. Looks like a pretty good group. Not bad for a little bit of wind. I compensated just a little. You can see some leaves down there moving around and stuff, so you know that there's wind down there. I know you guys are always like, yeah, I didn't see any wind. Well, there is. But woo! Not bad, not bad. I'll take it. All right, I see these 3 here. I got that. And I know these 2 were because of wind. All right, let's get a little measurement here. See what I got from center to center. Well, we're right at 7/8 of an inch. So it's under an inch group at 100 yards outside in these conditions in the wind. That's pretty good. Now, what I didn't do, and I could have done this, is shifted when I felt the wind coming across, and you saw we didn't use any wind flags, nothing was used. I could have shifted my point of aim over here to the right a little bit to drop those 2 in there, but I left it and just shot and just seeing what the wind would do and stuff like that. But we're still, even with the wind moving a little bit, we're still at under an inch at 100 yards. To me, that's phenomenal. It's awesome. And we're shooting about 880 feet per second. Now let me go over one little talking point. The Titan, Element Optics Titan, shot in at 50, dead on at 50. I held over at 880 feet per second. I held over 4 at this point here. So I put 4 right there. I never moved it. I kept it right here. So my holdover was 4. This is where I was hitting. As soon as the wind picked up, we had these 2. You know, we had these 2. We could feel those 2 right there. But I never changed it because I wanted to see, you know, how much movement I had in a 5-mile-an-hour wind at 100 yards at 880 feet per second. It's just data for myself, but we're still under that inch group. This is great info. I love this stuff. Come on, man, you gotta love shooting air guns. Ryan, what else we gotta get into yet? Okay, well, now we're ready to do a chronograph test, and we got the FX 4475s here. I got a steel target down there just so I got something to aim at as I walk through this. We got 3 mags loaded, 13 round mags, and we're just gonna walk through this and see what she's shooting. I said 880, we'll find out if that's what we got. I think we're somewhere around there. All I know is I'm seeing extreme accuracy at 50, 75, and 100. I mean really good accuracy, so, well, that's enough talking. Let's shoot this thing. Let's see here. 881. You know it's bad when you're not aiming, you're still hitting your target down there, right? Come on. Oh, I actually missed the target. What's going on here? Oh, the gun's coming back towards me. Ooh. Okay. That one 870 might be a bad. We'll see. I think I just saw 870 there. 877. That's about right. I think that's it. Actually, guys, just so you know, I probably tuned it to I think it was 880, 881. It's kind of where I was at. So, all right. And check that. See if it grabbed all those. Yeah, it did. Okay. So one talking point about this is you're talking about 28% more room in the plenum now, so it's 28%, and the valves got changed to a 6.5 millimeter valve, I think they said, and it just, you can see, like with this, the Mark II, you can see it. One thing that I like also with this is the 20-minute of angle into the rail, built into the rail. It's gonna make shooting this long distance fun, that's for sure. See if I can adjust without. There we go. I actually saw that. Oh, there we got an 849. Got here. Yeah, we might have to throw that 849 out. I don't think that's a good read there. Nah, that was a junk read. Yeah, 879. There you go. Well, I think FX says that they get somewhere around 40 shots in 30 cal. So this, we got our third mag here. So let's see what happens here. We're still at the tune that we like. So. And you hear that hitting down. That's that's probably 115 yards. There's an 868, so it's getting about where they said. So let's see if it goes any different from there. 870. 865, 856, 854. There you go. That's it. Exactly what they said. It dropped off right about there. So, wow. That's nice and consistent. I'm very happy with that. This is a 480cc. We could actually put a bigger bottle on if we wanted to. We could go to the 580 and put that on there if we want. So even to give us more air there. So yeah, the accuracy of this gun is insane. I actually did a trick shot earlier in the week, and we put a baby aspirin in a golf tee, so that means only half of the baby aspirin was showing at 100 yards. And I'm not going to tell you how many shots it took. You're going to have to guess and make your guess before you watch it, because it's very interesting. This gun is unbelievably accurate. At 100 yards, you're seeing its accuracy. It's phenomenal, and I love it in 30 cal. I love the Crown. I think the Crown, to me, is, this walnut stock is like, whoo, you're like, wow, you know. I really, really love this gun, and this one in particular, because just the way I saw it shoot hybrids at 300 yards, I was just kind of like mind blown. It was amazing. So we just went through the shot string, and I cut out some of the ones that were kind of eyeball numbers, and we came out with, basically, I cut out the eyeball, so it was like 33 shots. And the standard deviation, or the spread was 9 feet per second. Standard deviation was 2.1 over 33 shots, I think. 32, I'm sorry. So I cut some of those eyeballs out there at the end and stuff like that, but it goes to show you the consistency that the gun has. We did have one that dropped way down low, and that might have been me just pulling the trigger fast and early. Don't know until I watch the film back. But I wanted to mention that. But one other thing we wanted to talk about, we have the power settings, the power wheel here, and of course we have it here. I have it set. The reg right now is at 150 if everybody wants to know. But I also cut it back to medium power, and I got it sitting here on 4. So I'm just going to leave it there, and I think we'll get one chronograph reading on medium. I doubt low we get anything since this is a 30 cal. But we're going to take a shot here and see if we do get, and see what we get since we set it on medium. Okay, 807. Now, when you adjust this and you go at medium, it was 807, so it dropped down to 807. So now I'm going to go to low and switch it over to low. So now it's on low. You don't want to try and turn the wheel while your rifle is cocked. So now we've cocked the rifle. And let's see if we even do get a reading. That was 807 for the medium. Let's see what low is. It might read, chronograph is, I think it's set at 599. We did not get a reading. So that means it's under 599. I will try one more time to see if I get something right about there. Nope, I did not. So I'm going to have to see if I can run the adjustment here and see if we can get that for you. Okay, sorry about that. I had to change it up there and drop her down to a lower power. So I think we're set at 290 right now to 722. So let's see if where she's at there since it's on low. There we go. So on low power, we're at 450 feet per second. But that's what's awesome about the FX chronograph. You can just switch it over, go into profile settings and hit it, and then drop it down to find out where you're at. So we're at 450 feet per second on low power. So when you drop that down, and then you can switch it back to, switch her back to high power and leave it set there. But there you go, you get to see. So really medium power just dropped it down to about 800 feet per second from 880 to 800. And then on low, it went down. With a 30 cal, it's kind of really different. It went down to 450. But I think if we were running 22 or something like that, it'd be a lot different. But I just wanted to show you that feature. That way you knew what was going on. And again, the reg is set at 150, shooting at 44.75 at 880 feet per second. And I have it on setting 4, so it's not on max power, so I was able to walk that down there. On there and oof, 8 ounces. What? Come on. All right. Okay. 7.5 ounces. I don't know if you can see that okay, Ryan. Good? Yeah. I mean, that really helps with long range shooting and stuff. I like having it that light. That's okay with me. Again, perfect break, 7.5. There you go, guys. Right out of the factory. This is the way this was set. Incredible trigger. Man, this gun, total package, I'm going to give it the total package of this gun, the Crown MKII, gets a double thumbs up from Shooter 1721 because it's it. The accuracy, you know what? Accuracy is everything. And this gun has it. So I'm pretty happy with that. Let's get to some final thoughts. Well, here we are at the end of the video, and the final thoughts are, wow. This MKII Crown is, all right, I have the Crown, I have the Continuum, I love both of them, but then the MKII comes along and I'm like, holy cow, I like this gun a lot. Its accuracy that we saw at 50 and 100, and in the video with Iraq Vet I mentioned and stuff like that, seeing it shoot hybrids. Now here's the interesting part, that something that I discovered while shooting this. The hybrids were shooting at about 868, 870, and this with pellets was shooting about 880. So I'll tune up a little bit when we go back to the hybrids, because we're going to do another video with this, with the hybrids, when we get some. and we're gonna be working with those. But overall, if you want to walk through the features of the gun, so the power is increased, yes. The accuracy of the gun is just absolutely phenomenal with the 600 millimeter. I actually have the 700 over there, and after we're done filming here, I'm putting the 700 on here and see what happens, because this 600 was just straight amazing. The trigger being at 7.5 ounces, that's just, for me, that's perfect. There's no play, there's nothing going on. It's clean, it's crisp. Man, I really, I know there's a lot of you out there that definitely love the walnut stock, and I don't know. This gun, it feels great in your hands when you're shooting it offhand. You know, the weight's not too much for any kind of offhand shooting. But if I'm going to give it a rating, I'm going to have to give it an A+. This is Rick with Shooter 1721 with the FX Crown Mark II. Thanks for watching. Woo! We're going to see if it's possible to shoot a baby aspirin out of a golf tee at 100 yards with this new gun. I'm not going to tell you what it is. Keith from 68 Whiskey, I hope you're watching. Nope. Golf tee is 100% okay. There you go. 100 yards with, you know what?